No bodies. No bodies in sight. What the hell? The entire point of doing this video on the beach right now was to hopefully have a baddie walk by and ask me what I was doing. I don't actually care about this video. Dude, just seeing a guy ripping a geek bar on the fucking beach with a setup like this must be actually insane. I want to know what's going through like a 70-year-old woman's head right now. Anyway, I hope I'm in frame. I hope this is, I kind of wanted it to be a wide angle. It's actually getting kind of fucking cold. It's okay. Once you pop the top and it gets a little chilly, it makes you look tighter. But no, guys. Right now I'm here in Wells, Maine. One of my favorite places in the world. One of the few places I've actually been on vacation to, so it's kind of a small pool of places to pick from, but I do love this place. I wanted to talk about, you probably saw the title of this and you're like, wow, it's so deep, Brady, things change. But no, for real, you know, for the last 7 years, I've been here with either one of my best friends, a girlfriend, or my grandparents, and this year, none of them are here. I'm solo this year. You know, people are busy, you have fallen outs with people, breakups, people get old, they can't, you know, they're not around anymore for whatever reason. And you know, part of me was like, do I still come on this trip? It's a week-long trip, I'm here for a week. I'm like, do I still come on a week-long trip with no shade to them, but just me and my rents? I like my parents, I like hanging out with them, but probably most 23-year-olds' ideal vacations probably isn't in an old beach town with just their parents. So I had to think to myself, I was like, do I still, you know, is it still worth going on this? And I immediately came to the conclusion that it absolutely is, because even though none of those people I just mentioned are here anymore, like, I still love this place and I can have a great fucking time by myself. I thought to myself, regardless of who is or isn't here, that doesn't affect my ability to come here and have a great time by myself. And it might sound lonely and sad, but I've always been someone who can kind of entertain myself. And so I was like, you know what? I'm still gonna go on this trip and I'm just gonna act however I want and do whatever I fucking do, you know? It's like, it's no big deal that I'm flying solo. Because as long as you have hobbies and you're interested in things and you, I guess, are confident in yourself, you can really still have a great time regardless of who's around you, because people are gonna, you know, come and go. And that can't affect your ability to not stay true to yourself, but not halt your progress. You basically just can't, you can't halt your progress in life based on who is or isn't around you, you know? And like, that sounds sad, because, you know, people who you do care about might eventually not be around, which is really crazy to think about. It's like, I feel like that's hard for like anyone to process. It just feels weird. I'm really not trying to like sound depressing or like I'm so like I'm such like a cold motherfucker where, you know, you can just like lose friends or whatever and then be totally fine, because that's not really a mindset you want to develop, because then you might actually start to subconsciously like do that more often than not after like one little bump in the road, I guess. This is so much harder once you're in front of the camera and everyone's around, dude. The sun's about to go behind the house. Losing the sunlight is gonna kind of break the illusion that I did this in like one take and quick. Isn't that funny though, how you also start to associate different places with people? It's kind of like the same way that you associate music with different time periods of your life. It makes total sense. Like, you know, you drive past like an ex's house, or not drive past their house, but it's like, even if you just look at like where your ex's house is on like a map, you're like, fuck, I don't want to go over there. Like, makes you feel uncomfortable. And that was kind of, I was wondering if that was kind of how I would feel when I showed up here. I was like, am I gonna feel, you know, weird finally being by myself again? But I really don't, and it's honestly good to take a break from everybody every once in a while. Because, like, you know, nobody has any fucking time, and then it's like you go on some nutty vacay, you have no time to yourself, you're drinking constantly. you're socializing constantly, dude, your brain is absolutely fried. So that was another reason why I didn't mind coming here by myself. I'm like, dude, shit's busy now. Like, I could use a week to just fucking walk around the beach by myself. And I encourage people to do that. I don't feel like a lot of people do that anymore. I'm basically just trying to think of enough things to say until at least one baddie walks by. But I guess, if like, thinking back to what I just said right there about how, you know, you might look at, I use an example, it's like you look at, you know, where your ex might have used to live on like a map. Is the tide coming in? Oh fuck, the tide is coming in. Oh shit. Thinking back to what I was just saying about how, you know, you kind of, you know, drive past an ex's crib or something and you have like a bad memory associated with there maybe. You kind of have to not let that get to you though, because if you allow whatever memories you have in this place to sort of dictate letting you move forward, like I was saying, that's just like, you don't have full control, you know what I'm saying? You don't have like full control over your own, not emotions, but like just ability to move forward. I guess I also kind of looked at it as an opportunity to like possibly connect with like new people or something. Not that it's really that easy here, because no one's really my age. You know, I'm basically trying to hop in my Mike O'Kennedy bag, where I actually am just totally willing to like go up to people and interact with people and sort of go with the flow, because that's totally not my vibe. My vibe is not like be everyone's best friend at a bar. But I guess the point of this video that I was trying to make is that regardless of who is or isn't around, you have to keep pushing forward. You can't slow down for anything, not to just be like a heartless asshole, but just because you really obviously got one shot at this. So you need to keep growing your brain and making sure you're taking care of yourself and doing the things you like, because if you sort of let the past dictate that, your life's gonna just suck. It's gonna suck bad. And I also get like 20 days of PTO, so I can afford to burn 5 doing this shit. I was really expecting someone to come up to me and say something. Not because I think it's like, I don't know, just because of how interesting it looks. Because people are always so much more willing to come up to you when you have a camera too, because it already looks like you're just either, you're doing something important, or maybe you're like confident enough to be recording yourself, so why wouldn't you be confident enough to like talk to someone, talk to a stranger? I don't know if this video made any sense. I want to start doing these where I just ramble about like real shit. I hope I said at least one interesting thing in this that you can think about while you're falling asleep tonight, or when you're at work trying to distract yourself. But anyway, y'all, have a good night or day, whatever it is, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.